everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's the Browns going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The former Texas A&M Aggie Ryan Tannehill leading the Dolphins onto the field. And he put the ball in the air a lot against the Patriots last week as they got down in that early hole. He almost dug him out of it, but they still lost by 7.
And he's playing well. I think a lot of people look at Ryan Tannehill and think that this is a big-time year for him, and it is. But with Adam Gase as his new head coach, he's feeling trustworthy with him because Adam Gase says, listen, he's fully involved. The problem in this game is that they had to come from behind. So he had to throw it a whole lot. Threw for, 389 yards, but it just couldn't quite make the full comeback.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Parker was pretty sharp against the Patriots, Charles. 8 catches, over 100 yards.
And they were so happy to have him back in the lineup because he missed a lot of time in preseason and the season opener. And now with him playing, that takes some of the pressure off of Jarvis Landry. And Devontae Parker in the red zone, he's going to be a heck of a weapon with his ability to elevate and catch the ball.
Tannehill on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And he gets it to a former Brown, the tight end Cameron. Give him 11 on the game there, and the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill finding time. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. In the red zone this time. Throwing again is Tannehill. It's caught. Stills right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around. Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play. And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there. It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? So 2nd and goal here from the 9. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized. This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with a J. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. J taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game. And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Out comes the Cleveland Browns offense, and 23-year-old Cody Kessler, the young guy they were hoping that they could just get some time on the bench watching Robert Griffin III and McCown, but now with those guys injured, he's thrust into the spotlight.
And Hugh Jackson, the head coach of the Browns, really wanted Cody Kessler, really pushed hard for him. Remember, Hugh's coaching roots had him at USC at one point, so he has great ties back there. But I think he loved the way that Cody Kessler ran a team, handled the game, and was so accurate. Set a school record for completion percentage while at USC.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Andrew Hawkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
Second and 10. Here's Kessler again, surveying the field. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 10. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Mario Williams broke into the league as a star defensive end. Now he's wreaking havoc as an outside linebacker.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Play fake to Johnson. Now Kessler. He's got time. He's able to find Hawkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now the 3rd-year man from Alabama State, Isaiah Crowell. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. In week 2 on Sunday, Crowell had more yards than anybody else on that day, 133. Now 85 of those came on 1 carry, but a really nice game for him.
He's a guy that continues to develop. And remember, he was undrafted coming out of college, and when people started to evaluate him, they knew he was a good back. I'm not sure people saw him as the lead back of any team. He sees the reins in Cleveland and is carrying the mail.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And now they'll throw it with Kessler. And a throw right sideline is complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down throw for Kessler. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And now it's 2nd and goal. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Duke Johnson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Patrick Murray now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Dolphins offense trots back out there, and it was a valiant effort, almost coming back and beating the Patriots last week. But, you know, Jarvis Landry, after the game, they asked him about that. He said, no. We can't be an almost team. I'm tired of that. We should be winning these games. That's the attitude you want your guys to have.
I love that he spoke up and said that, because to me, this is a team that should have that attitude. They should be competing for a playoff spot, being in that race, and he's letting everyone know that close is not acceptable.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
The throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. He's got time in the pocket. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A lot of time in the pocket there, and the quarterback able to find an open throwing lane, and he delivered.
What a terrific job by the guys up front, able to tamp down the pass rush that they've been getting all day.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Foster alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Finding time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So on now is the Miami punter, Matt Darr, to kick this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On second down, Kessler. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. First down, Kessler. And his throw here's incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler surveying the field. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jordan Payton, 33 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Here's Murray for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A strong running. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action here on first down. And caught by Cameron right side. 1 quarter down. 14-7 is the score. And we'll be back to South Florida after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. After the interception, here's Kessler. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there to get him for a loss of 5. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Okay, even just being nice, the last 2 plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Third and long, it's Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Okay, let's talk rookies while we have a little breather here. Who's impressed you so far from those first-year guys?
Well, Corey Coleman out of Baylor, now with Cleveland. Everyone said he was explosive. He's been exactly that. How about Will Fuller? That young man does have a flair for the dramatic, doesn't he?
Did you see his catch?
Oh,
he bobbled it up to himself.
Popped it right to himself. He knows what he's doing, and he's playing really well for the Texans. Dolphins. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Artie Burns in Pittsburgh, the corner's playing really well. And the guy, Vernon Butler with Carolina, he's part of that rotation with KK Short and Star Lotulelei. And there has to be no doubt that when Miami puts together a game plan, they want to get Jarvis Landry involved early and often because that guy knows how to get downfield and snag it.
Yeah, he had 137 yards, 10 catches in Week 2. He had 7 catches in Week 1, a hot start to 2016.
Remember when people were just questioning his speed? Don't worry about his speed. Just worry about trying to cover him because not many people can.
This is caught, the tight end Cameron. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Foster alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
Here's Matt Darr now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. A first down carry now for Corral. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. third down. Kessler. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, Gary Barnidge, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Foster alone in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Tannehill on first down. He's got time. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
380.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
False start, offense. Still second down.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Tannehill now, the give to Ajayi. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's third and goal. Now Tannehill on third and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. And Frank's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Now it's Franks following the made field goal to send it away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A first down throw for Kessler. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Crowell. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Blue, landed.
They keep it with Crowell on first. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down following the run.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now Kessler on 2nd down. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnidge, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go. 3-19.
From midfield now, here's Kessler. Caught, left side, it's Barnidge. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down, and the offense needing 5 yards. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10 now. Kessler once more. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Kessler. He's got time in the pocket. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Kessler on 1st down. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. long drive here, and it goes on and on. And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. This is Crowell. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
It's good, and it's 21-10. And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They juked him. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Dolphins are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Browns have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and goal. Ajayi is going to shift out to the right side, and now they cap off the drive with a score. Dolphins up by a touchdown. Midway through the first quarter, Hopkins able to get open here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 46-yard line. Browns now later on the drive. Johnson's going to take it up the middle, and he'll go in from 7 yards out. Browns tied up at 7. 1st and 10, Payton's wide open on the deep pass, and that goes as a 34-yard touchdown. Browns up now by 7. Now 1st and 10, Cameron's got nobody around him on the catch, and the pass and catch will end up going for 36 yards. The drive would wrap up with a quick pick by the defense. 3rd down from inside the 40. Kessler's got the completion out of the gun, and he'll end up at the 10-yard line before being tackled. Sticking with the same drive, this one will go off the left side, and he'd go in for the 3-yard touchdown. The lead now at 11. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the 2nd half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now here's Johnson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing now, Kessler on first down. Finding time. Going underneath for Crowell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete. That time they were looking for the former Auburn Tiger, Ricardo Lewis. Charles, switching gears, how about the Rams back in L.A.? Made their debut there, a winning one. They have 1 win and no touchdowns on the season. Their offense hasn't scored a touchdown.
That is some stat, and they'll be okay with that right now because there is 1 win in there. They'll be looking to jumpstart their offense, but that's their first win, actually first game, official game in L.A. since Christmas Eve, 1994. Were you even born then?
I was 11. How old were you?
Don't ask. How about the defensive linemen? That's where a good run defense begins, with the guys up front. When they hold the line, hold the point of attack, that allows everyone else to get there and make tackles.
Third down and 12. Play fake to Johnson. Now Kessler. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Foster alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill surveying the field. Going deep here for Landry. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
So they're going to go for two. Tannehill looking to throw. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Another pistol look here. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's got time. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler backing up. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On first down, Kessler. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Partnered through 2 weeks of the season, what have you thought of the rookie quarterbacks? You know, what made me think of that, Jared Goff did dress last week. Obviously didn't play, but he was on the sideline. But what have you thought of some of the rookie quarterback play?
Well, I'm just going to start with Jared Goff because so many people are wondering, hey, how come he's not out there? Well, listen, Carson Palmer, remember when he got drafted #1 overall? Sat for an entire year in Cincinnati. Had to learn the ropes. So sometimes that happens. You bring him along a little bit slower. But Dak Prescott, I'm incredibly impressed with. Not just the poise, but the playmaking ability. And he has Dallas at 1-1 right now. Jacoby Brissett had to come in and play for New England after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Led them to a touchdown drive, and they hung on and won against Miami. And Carson Wentz, the learning curve continues for the rookie quarterback in Philadelphia.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And now they'll throw it with Kessler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andre Hawkins, the intended receiver. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down, Kessler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Arian Foster taking it in. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. The pitch to Crowell. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL, where he's now an all-pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
And just think about all the pass rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a combo outside linebacker, defensive end. Now he's just simply one of the best in the NFL.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
10 yards to go on third. From the gun on third down, Kessler. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arian Foster now gearing up to go again on offense. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Now a handoff here to his running back across the 30 to the 31-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Tannehill now on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
5 yards to gain here on third down. To throw is Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And now a first down following that long gain. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Out of the gun, Tannehill. The pass complete to Justin Hunter. And he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Tannehill now to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Franks to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's Crowell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Kessler on second down. Finding time. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Nine yards to go. It's third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the shotgun, Kessler surveying the field. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Come the Dolphins now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Foster alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They run with Ajayi. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. He's got time. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. And it's incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler. And his throw is incomplete. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. On 3rd down, Kessler. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go. 3-19.
Throwing now, Kessler on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Kessler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A 1st down throw for Kessler. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They get 25 yards out of that one. And the Browns are going to have a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Offense. Still 1st down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw again is Kessler. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
One of the selling points of the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Kessler will throw again. He's got time in the pocket. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They're throwing again. Kessler. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on third down after having such a long drive going.
Now, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Murray's kick is up and good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
And after the made field goal, Murray back out there to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That goes for a gain of 31.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is if they eat up one of their levels right away. Because you know most defenses, 3 levels. D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them. Then you throw the ball over their heads. And now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And Stills over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a third down. offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. They'll run it now. They take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So on 4th down, out truck spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Frank's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now it's Franks following the made field goal to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
On 2nd down, here's Kessler to the sideline. And oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On third down, Crowell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
On first and 10, it's Kessler. Going to throw right side here, complete. It's a big play there for the Browns. 46 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the red zone now, first down, here's Kessler. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
Finding time. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Kessler now on third down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Murray's kick is up and good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And after the made field goal, Murray back out there to kick this one away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. On first down, Tannehill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
380. 380.
They'll run the option left. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Hey, blue 10. Blue 10.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Miami. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Let's put our attention here now on the Dolphins defense. And we'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they're going to need to make a play or two in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. Back to throw. Surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. They get 31 yards that time. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw. Going underneath for Crowell. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. So the offensive unit called the TO. And now we are ready to resume play. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
He's back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw. He's got time. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
Kessler to throw. It's caught. It's Barnage over the middle. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Kessler. That is caught at the 7. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And now down to 24 seconds after the spike. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Kessler. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. So they'll look to convert that and then hold on here in the final minute to force overtime.
And let's check the nerves of not just the guy kicking the ball, but how about the snapper and the holder as well.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion.
Set. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.